Look, hounds are loyal creatures, and any adventurer could use such a companion. But it gets weird when they start to talk. I guess I just expected unconditional loyalty from these animals. If they can talk, then they'd have opinions of their own, and that means they're capable of barking their bargains and judging their masters. Then they'd be just like people, and their loyalty wouldn't be so unconditional, no? Take it how you will. I won't deny. I much prefer the company of a barking hound than a backstabbing man. Provided the hound bathes itself every day, that is. A dragonborn just like the Septim Emperors? I admit I know little about the legends of mankind, but we Dunmer do have a hero of our own, the Nerevarine. I wonder if you are the same as the Nerevarine. The Nerevarine was the reincarnate of our ancient hero, Indoril Nerevar. He was betrayed and murdered by the three false gods, who would usurp the place of the three Daedra. And yet his reincarnation was prophesied by the goddess Azura. He would return to redeem the Dunmer and trigger the downfall of the false tribunal. If you are like the Nerevarine, I wonder who are your false gods to slay. I wouldn't suggest that. After the Commissar's assassination, the Thalmor must have noticed the tunnel's risk if any of them were competent. An idiot cannot hatch a genius plan. She would have you pretend to be an inconspicuous party guest. If anyone were invited to the Thalmor's party, they'd be anything but unremarkable. Not to mention, you are the Archmage of the College of Winterhold, the very soul who brought down her mad subordinate. And that Breton thinks the Thalmor ambassador wouldn't recognize your face. My people consider him a part of the Houses of Trouble, for many of our miseries can be traced to him. In doing his work, willingly or not, you have become a part of these miseries. Curiosity killed the cat, quite literally in this case. Now that you are marked, there's no way to wriggle your way out except by pleasing him. And even then, his taint will forever linger. Such is the cruelty of his nature. Let's go. I resent him as much as any sane woman should resent being sick. The coughs, the rotten skin, the stench of burned infected. A normal soul would avoid him like the plague. Considering Periite's domain, I might even mean it in the literal sense. And yet you approached that Khajiit, a wretched priest whose clothes could barely conceal his stench. See, you will fly off on dragon back to Alduin's lair, as your quest demands. We have slain dragons and vanquished monsters. One last battle, and you'll owe nothing to this world anymore. And I look forward to retiring with you, my love. I suppose the odd job here and there will help with our finances. But yes, all my life I've spent fighting for someone else. My art was always the property of a wealthy patron. Where they point, I kill. I am curious what it'd be like to make art just for ourselves. Real art. That depends on who you're asking about. That drunkard so much as picks up a tankard, and he'll talk until the rivers run dry. I don't know what you saw in him. He talks and he drinks all our mead, and quite often he just lies down and bleed, so to speak. That village girl can't fight, can't carry our things, and can't ever cook decent food. For a merchant's sister, she can't even haggle for us. Seriously, it's starting to feel like I have two patrons, having to make sure she stays alive when we so much as saw a wolf. You didn't pay me enough for that, you know. Joy to you, woe to me. I will stop carrying her unless she starts proving herself useful. Though, of course, she can always pay up and stop using my protection for free. One might find Raven Rock to be a desolate town, yet compared to the rest of mainland Morrowind, it is already a great city of its own. After the Red Year and the Accession War, there are few settlements left standing. Most were torched by lava or reeked of death. At least the Dunmer of Raven Rock still scrape by, without the constant fear of Anzalil raids or breathing issues. Would you choose dignity over prosperity if given the choice? It's an interesting question. I didn't come to Skyrim by choice, but it was there I met my love, got my job, and learned what soft beds were like. But even before I went to Skyrim, I did not exactly live a life that one would call dignified. I suppose I would choose whatever I lack, and right now, it's neither. Even if you would live forever beneath another's boot, chained to their decree, there is no right answer. Ultimately, we only pursue what we think we're lacking. Ironic that this place should be named Dead Men's Respite. The dead are as restless as they were in life. My bard once spoke of King Olaf, a persecutor of sorts to artists and bards, apparently. Ironic that a meek queen would repeat a tyrant's deeds. Should have known better than to get on the bard's wrong side, considering how Olaf is received by his descendants. Malborn aided you in the Thalmor embassy. It's not only fitting, but also obligatory that you aid him now. My life was forever changed in this place. We were young then, but this tower was just as broken as it now is.